'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. Let you go. down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't.
Hey everybody, happy to see you guys back. I had to reset my stream here right before I went live, so give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just gonna fix this up. Let me take off this little piece. It's just to get the little tickers that you guys like on the bottom of the screen set up. Let's bring that one back up here. Let's go off with that one. It's more annoying than you guys might think because for some reason OBS software, it does not like attaching itself onto Robinhood. So what I actually have to do is open up a new tab on that window, and then hit new tab on OBS, and then I have to delete the new tab, and then it goes back to the Robinhood stuff. All right, so let me do one more thing here. This is it, and let's go right there. All right, and we should be all set. Okay, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's been a very long week. So far, so good here since we last checked the market yesterday. So today we're going to do a little bit of a recap of our support levels, our resistance levels, and some of the good stuff and some of the bad stuff we've been seeing so far. Because right now we're actually trapped between two Fibonacci levels, and it's kind of fun to watch us kind of bounce around these levels right now. So before I get started, hey everybody, hey Chris, hey Jane, hey Justin, Gar, Cameron, everybody, Bideford, Monica, hope you guys all doing well. Michael again. Long day, but so far, guys, as we've taken a day to breathe off here, that pivot point right there, that Fibonacci retracement level, works like a charm, just like the last few have worked out pretty well for us. You know, going back to this set of Fibonacci levels that have been the best, I think, so far, in case you guys want to add these onto your own charts, is what I have right here are the exact same Fibonacci levels, two of them, but just one subtle difference when I add them onto the charts. What I'm using are the lows from 2018 and just tracing that up to the highs of 2021. All right. But what I do is one of these, let me see right here. Zoom in 1 second. This might work out, maybe not. Kind of. Can I drag this? Yes, I can. So you see right here it says fibs based on log scale. One of them has it on, one of them has it off, and you can see so far the lows from 2018 have been some of my favorites so far as these pivot levels that we've been looking at. And it seems like the one we have on the 24-hour chart, same thing. Right here, it's a different one. Which one is this? Which low is this? This is going from the COVID lows. This one was actually pretty accurate as well, just a little bit off here. I'm hoping that we can try to close off one of the days here if we get any lucky. But if you guys remember what I just said, we're bouncing around between two. These are the two right here. So bounce right here, and then we got to bounce on the downward side right here as well. I don't like to have too many Ganfan levels, but I think since we look at this one a lot on the 15-minute chart while streaming, I think I might just add this one in here very fast. A slight difference being this is a Bitcoin tether chart. The other one is a Bitcoin USD chart, so you will see a subtle difference here. We don't need the Ganfan levels on this one. I made a Ganfan tutorial video for you guys again, but this one is how to add a Ganfan chart, Ganfans onto your chart in under a minute. Comes out tomorrow like at 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, but let me pop this back up here very fast. Magnets on, and I think the one we mostly care about right now is not going to be this one. Let me turn the fib levels back on. There we go. Okay. So as we kind of go use this 15-minute chart, if you guys like to watch the 24-hour streams, now you guys should be able to see this pretty clearly. Now, we did break down below it. However, it is going to be a level of support that we do not want to break below again. All right. It's a pivot point. We go down below these quite a bit. Now, let me back up here. All right. So far, I know the Federal Reserve meeting is tomorrow. We'll be streaming a lot during that tomorrow. But so far, guys, we found some pretty good pivot points, and we've been honoring them quite well here. Also, which has been pretty nice, which I didn't actually see, well, I saw, but we didn't talk about it too much. We also stopped at one of the Ganfan levels here. Loki's over here, so if he jumps on my shoulder, sorry, I'll give him a treat or something like that. Not that one, not that one. Which Ganfan level is it? Right, no. There's a Ganfan level. I have too many charts. Oh, there he goes. Hello. Yep. Yeah. All right. Down, down, Bath. Okay. That usually does the trick. Um, uh, there's a Ganfin level somewhere. I'll try to find it here a little bit later. But the one of the Ganfin levels we need to be looking at this time around are actually a little bit below where we currently are in case we do eventually have a move later on this week. Maybe we have a dip tomorrow, whatever it may be. If we do have a dip, I don't foresee us coming down below these two Ganfin levels. Let me see if I can find the lowest point here. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3 days. Probably somewhere down here, about 20,130 or something is going to be the lowest. I think I might see us go down. Maybe if we break down below the, what are you doing? 4-to-1 level and we come into contact with this one. Maybe we come down as low as 19,900. I don't really see us going down much more than that over the next few days here. The market seems to be more receptive to the Federal Reserve increasing the rates now that they feel like Jerome Powell is actually taking an initiative here, which is actually something I didn't really. You want to take a bath? 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 Oh, okay. But even a bath's not scary enough. For some reason, when I'm streaming with you guys, he loves to say hello. Um, Losing my train of thought though. Okay, here's another treat. Yeah, go shoot, 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 shoot. There you go. I think he's trained me to give him treats while I'm live. Um, Main point being, I think the market has been pretty happy to see the Federal Reserve starting to go after inflation a little bit more swiftly here. And I think people are starting to price in that recession that we've been talking about for the past few months here. And we might be finding some type of bottom over the next week or two. I'm not saying it's the bottom, but what I think is happening right now is the Nasdaq and the S&P and Dow Jones, they've all been reaching some really extreme lows, and they need to have a little bit of a cool off here, and that's what I mean by a bottom here. Bitcoin may find a bottom sooner than later, but in order for that to happen, we really just want to stay above this Fibonacci level right here. We don't want to take another test. We don't want to test it again, so to speak. So, dude, no, I'm being more tough with you. Down, 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 down. I'll show him the back of the chair. There we go. All right. Hope you guys are all doing well though. My day's been pretty busy. I played with this guy 3 hours outside today, and that's why he wants to keep on playing. Um, he just walked over to that side. Okay. What I'm hoping for over the next few days, though, to kind of get me more excited about any big moves that we may be seeing, I want to see if we can start forming some type of pattern. I'm not entirely sure what that might be over the next few days, but maybe just a curl back up here towards $24,000 or so. That's if we're going to be optimistic. A lot of what we see, whether we start coming back down to $20,000 to those two Ganfin supports, or if we start curling back up over the next few days, a lot of that is going to be determined on what Jerome Powell says tomorrow. Now, I think with some certainty, we can pretty much say that that we're going to have a 75 basis point raise in the interest rate markets tomorrow. However, what he says during his actual Q&A, where the media will ask him questions, I think that's going to be a big important factor of which way the market will go. I think tomorrow we may see a small dump or so, like not even a big one, not a scary one. A smaller just move down when the announcement is made, and then after that we should be able to see some type of ground being made back up, and then the following evening we should see which direction we're really headed for, and then we're going to be looking at some of those basic support levels. So far since last night, don't need me to do that. We have seen a little bit of weakness, and that's fine, but right now on the 4-hour chart, I just want to see if we can try to hold this. This is it, guys. If we start breaking down below this, I think we may have another downward move going back to those Ganfin levels we just talked about right here. And then from there, maybe we have a cool off. Maybe it's just one more shakeout. We'll have to see. But if we were to break down and touch these lines again, that's Bitcoin going back down to 20,000, another 8%. I could see us having a bottoming out at that point if it really does come down to it. And then I would be more concerned tomorrow if we do have that tonight. How would the Federal Reserve increasing rate hikes actually have an impact on Bitcoin? Maybe it just has more of an impact on the Nasdaq, SPY, and Dow Jones. Because so far here, I didn't do any trading today, not a bit. Too busy having fun out in real world stuff, aka taking the dog out. Let's go back over here to the weekly. Let's just get rid of all the technicals here. It's not too much of a pain. You see the Nasdaq right now? We're finding a little bit of consolidation right now. We may finish off the week a little bit more red, but guys, every single time we come into contact with this 200 weekly moving average, not Bitcoin apparently now since we broke down below it, but In the last 2 cycles that we've had really bad bear markets, we bounce, right? This bounce was like a couple hundred or 100 days. This bounce was just maybe about a month or so, a month and a half. We tend to have a bounce, and that's really the move that I would be looking for here. If the stock market's making a recovery, I can see Bitcoin doing a recovery, and then we would probably be having to do some type of Fibonacci extension tool to kind of figure out where our levels are at once we actually have a real bottom and then a little bit of a hump, and then we'll consolidate for a little bit of time. And by Fibonacci extension tool, maybe I can show you guys something like how would I do this on a shorter scale? Let's maybe go to a 4-hour chart here on Bitcoin, and let's just go back over to last year. So where's my little doohickey? So I moved everything around to do some tutorials for you guys today. Low, high, low, right? And we're going to be looking at places of resistance that we may be heading for, and then we'll be scaling out of our breakout because I'm not going to trade unless we have a pattern at these levels. We're going to be looking for some type of a level of resistance here to help us out. That one's actually not as good as I might like it to be, but maybe this one to this one to was that one right there? No, this one looks a little bit better. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better here. Resistance, then resistance, so to speak. That's what I'm going to be hoping for. I'm not going to be hoping for some wildly strong move. However, if Bitcoin is just going up a little bit, I would be hoping that altcoins are doing a little bit better here. All right, but first we're going to have to wait and see, do we break down again? A bad time tonight, or maybe sometime tonight when we're all sleeping? Or are we just going to try to hold for a few more hours and then have the breakdown during the Federal Reserve meeting that happens tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time? I know a lot of you guys will be working, but I will be streaming here in case you guys want to watch it later on, or if you guys just have a bathroom break or something like that, or you guys work from home and you guys just want to see what the Federal Reserve is doing. It'll be a pretty simple stream. We're going to be talking about technical analysis, not really so much on the grand scheme of things like the week or the daily charts. We're going to be looking more at the 15-minute, the 2-hour, maybe even the 4-hour charts, and then from there, looking at the S&P, NASDAQ in real time to see how they're actually behaving with the market moves, and then actually what I normally do is I will have a small video of CNBC playing when they actually make the announcement, and then after that, I'll pause it while we wait for Jerome Powell to go up in front of the media for questions. I will play that entire process of him getting asked every single question, and then if there's something really interesting that gets asked, we'll kind of go over that in real time so you guys can see how it's actually affecting the market, because some questions, or actually I shouldn't say questions, some answers don't move the market at all. Some answers you see some really nice ticks, and you're not going to really be trading them, but it can give you an indication of how he views the economy going forward and what he's going to be able to do to help this out. Because at this point here, guys, the Federal Reserve does help out with controlling, I got dog hair everywhere. They do help out in controlling prices and stuff like that. But right now, it's not so much on the Federal Reserve, in my opinion, with the gas prices, which is leading to a lot of smaller margins for corporations. We need the federal government to kind of step in here. Joe Biden is going to be going over to Saudi Arabia. I think it's confirmed now next month to go talk to MBS, the head of Saudi, Crown Prince. Let me do something here very fast, guys. I think my gain is too low. I forgot I turned it down a little bit. There we go. MBS and Biden don't have the most friendly relationship, so Biden is going to really have to not beg, but try to say, please, can you increase the oil or make some type of deal where we pay them some money and they will increase oil production. That way, energy in America will get cheaper. It won't really help out too much, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. However, he hasn't taken this step yet, and I really wish he would, because it's kind of more of a local thing. He needs to convince local oil production companies across America, Exxons and such, to really increase their gas production as well, and that could help out relieve some of these pressures. I think the focus should be more on gas right now instead of the overall market conditions. And one of the reasons that even if we do raise oil, the amount of barrels per day, I think we need like millions more or barrels per day to get gas back down. Even if we're able to do that, and Joe Biden and MBS, they have a little bit of a partnership there, or even Joe Biden and the oil companies have a little bit of a good partnership there as well. We don't have enough refineries right now to actually turn enough crude oil into gasoline, and the ones that we do have open right now, everything is not just going to car fuel. We have fuel that has to go to ships. We have fuel that has to go to jet planes, trains, etc. Right? So that's, I don't even know if trains even use fuel these days. I don't know what they have, but that's going to be the big problem that we have to figure out. We talked about that yesterday as far as the bottlenecks. We should start if we want to have cheaper gas in the future because, we deserve cheap gas as far as I'm concerned. Everything else going crazy, I just want cheap gas. We should also start the production of maybe one or two more refineries. I think that's a little bit too anti-environmentalism though, so maybe that might not happen. But I think that is something that could really help us out soon because, again, I live on the West Coast. Stuff from China costs a little bit more because it comes from China through ships and stuff like that. And then it goes from a manufacturing plant to a port, over to our port, over to a warehouse, then to the store, right? Or maybe even to another warehouse, then to a store. And all of that costs money. And since it costs so much more nowadays with higher gas, all of those costs are getting kind of tossed on us. My point here is people on the East Coast have it worse because they have to get all those same goods delivered all the way over there from China. And if we can just kind of lower the gas prices here a little bit, I think that'll do a lot of good to helping curb inflation. And when inflation starts to go down hard, which I think the easiest way to achieve that is by gas, and the Federal Reserve does not control gas prices, that could be a good little signal that says, hey, you can start buying Bitcoin more heavily if you're afraid of buying these bigger dips. You can start buying in the stock market a little bit more enthusiastically because you guys want to be buying these dips, right? If you're more cautious of a trader, maybe not trading as much right now. I'm talking about more of a swing and day trading because everything's so wild. But I want you guys to understand, even with the Federal Reserve raising interest rates right now, and that it will help inflation in other sectors, right? Bond markets, stuff like that. We do need gas prices to come down a little bit more, in my opinion, right now, just because we have a few months. Until we have Q3 earnings, and I'm assuming that with the stock market coming back up eventually, that's going to be one of the catalysts for Bitcoin also moving back up. We'll have to wait and see if that turns out, but so far, Bitcoin's been following the traditional markets. If that does happen, and gas prices go down, I think you will see it being reflected in the margins and in the earnings reports that we see in Q3 earnings, okay? And I think if companies want to get ahead of it a little bit, which I think they will, and please their shareholders, they will actually say, hey, we have, way before the earnings, we have noticed that our margins are starting to increase. We're raising our guidance in between actual earnings reports. So that's what I'm looking for, kind of a gist over the next few months here of how I can see inflation getting better. The Fed, if they do 75 basis points this time, next time, and the time after that, awesome. I'm all for it. I would like $1 this, 100 basis points this time, but I can live with it, right? Now, as long as the Federal Reserve is doing their thing, we're going to need the other side of the coin, Joe Biden, administration, whatever, whether you like them or not, we need them to do this. And I think if they can, I think they can, if they want to, suck it up. I know it's going to be a political thing, but if they can, I think we'll be much better off, and Bitcoin will be much better off and zooming up a lot faster than we think. But it's still going to take probably until September if we're going to see anything really good happen here, especially if we overdo it to the point that we're heading into a bad recession. Right now, guys, if gas goes down, this will be a very mild recession, I think, and not be anything too terrifying. You'll see people losing jobs, but you won't see the same levels of craziness that we had during the 2008 financial crisis. That's going to be the really big thing that everybody's really concerned about going forward. But, let's have faith in Joe, guys. Let's have faith in Joe. And hey, Sleek Doodle, happy to see you guys right there. Let's see right here. And what's going on here? Make sure I get you guys' questions and whatnot. And we'll be talking about a lot of other stuff here today as well. But before I actually go to your questions, just remember the not the Ganfan levels, the Fibonacci retracement levels you guys want to be using right now, since Bitcoin has been falling so much, are not the most recent ones. You guys want to be looking at the 2020 lows during COVID and the 2018 lows during that last crash and bear market that we had. Those are the levels you really want to be looking at. And so far, they've been working out pretty well for us. Not exactly. You can see we've gone down below them both times, but it seems like both these have been pretty solid pivot points and resistance levels actually at this point in time. I want to see if we're going to be able to keep this level and have a reversal. I think right now we're going to be in a little bit more of a holding pattern, with the caveat that right now I believe the futures are green. The last time I checked, please let them be green. Okay, they're still green. Phew. I hate saying that, then they turn out not to be green. But Dow up 88, S&P up 15, NASDAQ up 67. It could always change here. But, so far that's good for us. The caveat being, of course, oil is also going up, and we've been having a lot of fun talk about this. I was actually watching CNBC today while making some eggs and ham, and let me see if I can find it right here. They're talking about oil possibly going up even more and more, but it looks like we're finding a little bit of a peak right here. We'll see if we continue to grind up higher, or if we can at least try to not necessarily fall, but at least go sideways a little bit more. I think now that we have that news that Biden is going to be going over to Saudi Arabia, MBS, I think if I just type that in, yeah, there we go. I don't know any of these news organizations. Okay, whatever. White House announces Biden will visit Saudi Arabia, expects to meet Crown Prince. There you go. That's what we're hoping for. I do not want to see your news. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for going forward. Oil still going up. That's going to hurt inflation down the road. We all know that. But I think the oil markets, when this starts going back down, kind of how we think about, oh God, I hate this. When during COVID, everything went negative, so now the whole chart's messed up. I think just like how we expect the dollar index to go back down, telling us that the Bitcoin bear market's pretty much over, I think I want to extend that a little bit more over here to the oil markets as well. From a you guys know I'm not like a numbers guy, like a Wall Street guy. I think very practically about this stuff and what affects the prices and so forth. And I've worked in, oh God, I've worked in tech, and then my last job before I quit was I worked for a water manufacturing company called Clear Alaskan Glacial. It was a while ago, but I still even did consulting for them actually while I was doing this. They're really nice people. My point being, I was a part of the manufacturing team as far as controlling. We're like about a couple hundred employees, and I noticed that as gas prices went up and down, you could see the company literally just make way more money when gas prices are low, and when gas prices started going back up, not even the levels here, you really start to see things get squeezed down. All right, but I'm going to be extending that to that one as well. And then one other thing here, dollar index, it's still zooming up. It still seems like we want to go up even higher. We did break out below tons of resistance. We haven't been this high since December of 02. It's been a minute. I think Bitcoin will still have some pain in the future. It's whether or not we have a bounce first, and that may be one big old bull trap, but we'll have to wait and see, okay? And kind of tie everything back together again. Let me move this over here. If you guys want to trade in this market, it's going to be a little bit harder than your average market, so to speak. So I would really recommend, I don't even think I have the image up here, do I? These patterns have been the key for me making money in these kind of wild times. And that's why I say usually with some certainty, we're breaking down. Hey, look at this. If you open up a short, oh, sorry guys, do it all the time. I say it all the time, but when we're breaking down right here, it's time to open up a short, and you can make money on the big old falls, especially with the 8 to 1 Ganfan level and so forth. Those are the nice moves you want to be trading. And that even goes all the way back over here to the consolidation we saw from January all the way over here to May. After that breakdown occurred, whoosh, same type of moves, okay? So if you guys hear me starting to get more excited about buying or selling anything, it's gonna be because I see some type of larger pattern breakout, not a 1 to 7 day type of consolidation, like a month-long consolidation where we're just kind of going steady, or maybe even going up a little bit, or maybe even just going down a little bit. But there's a pattern there that looks like it's going to break out or break down. That's what I'm going to get more excited about, actually making a larger trade with leverage to really make some money there, okay? Oh, Loki. My dog's having a nightmare. Best to wake him up when that happens. And so far, we just talked about this. This could be a smaller move down, right? I don't think it'll be anything larger. And this could also be a smaller breakout. But again, not a month-long consolidation. This has only been about 20, not even 24 hours here. Let's go to the daily chart right here. This larger move consolidated for about 32 days. This larger move consolidated for about 103 days. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we're still in this downward movement, and we're just simply waiting to see if we're going to take a smaller leg down. But I don't think this next leg down would be catastrophic, but that's just because of the shorter time frame of consolidation. I think if we do break down, we'll be heading back down to these Ganfin levels right here, and then trying to have one day of doing nothing, and then we start curling back up here, and maybe at these levels I might buy along here just to test out my theory and show you guys what's going on. and then we'll see how it works out. All right. It's always nice to go off of percentages instead of there we go, monetary gains when it comes to teaching. There we go. There we go. Now, oh, this is a different chart here. Give me a second. I want to make sure I have this fib level for you guys too. Let's get the magnet here. I always forget this chart is really set up for GAN fans, but I had to switch it up. We can turn that fib level off. And then we can turn this one on. There you go. Now it's up on the 5. There we go. And perfect. We have some fib levels that we want to make sure we don't break down below too much on the top and the bottom. And we got a simple pennant. Which is normally a continuation, but we'll see if it'll be a reversal. Anything's possible with Bitcoin these days. And let's go over here to the hour chart. All right. Same breakout concept and everything like that. But so far, guys, we're looking okay. We can still finish off the week pretty red. There was a GAN fin level I wanted to show you guys here, and maybe it's just the one on this chart. No, it's not going to be the one on this chart. That's okay, though. I'll find it a little bit later. I'll make a video on it. But I'm hoping that we can stay above this level on the GAN fans, specific GAN fan levels. We don't want to really break down below too many of them, because usually when you break down below them, we tend to keep falling, of course. Example being the most recent one here. Literally 3 days ago, we broke down below one. That's why I give you guys the video. All right. And what's going on right here? Oops, lost my OBS software. Let me put the little desk pins back on it. All right, but yeah, guys, if I were to sum all this down, still looking bearish, of course, but we have some hope coming on after the meeting tomorrow. I think Jerome Powell can really grow some cojones and say, hey, we're taking inflation seriously. This is our outlook for it. Here's how things are going to get better in the short term, and here's what we need. Maybe he can say, here's what we need Joe Biden to do, because, guys, a large portion of this inflation is gas prices. If they can just get it under control, we're going to be much, much, much better off. AAA gas prices. And you can already see we've kind of stabilized around $5. It was like $4.99, then it was like $5, now it's $5.01. We've kind of stabilized a little bit now. We'll have to see now that school's out. Will there be more driving, less driving overall, more vacations? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's not too bad, because the gas prices going up, in my opinion, or oil prices going up and gas prices going up, is actually a detriment to Bitcoin. All right. Hey, Cameron, happy to see you. Hey, General. What's right here? Make sure I'm missing anything. And hey, Monica, you currently have a short opening link. So far, it must be playing out okay. It's down, 1.75% today. Everything's pretty much mixed here. I'm looking at Bitcoin down 0.55, Doge is up 0.23, Ethereum is still down a little bit. And we talked about this yesterday as well. Maybe I can just reiterate that, because I know I was streaming so much yesterday, not everybody was able to watch. Now you can see how cluttered everything looks. A lot of stuff was hitting levels of support yesterday. Dogecoin was hitting, I guess I should drag this down just a little bit here, hitting this old level of support. Ethereum was hitting a Fibonacci level and the 200 weekly moving averages. ADA was hitting a Fibonacci level here. Ethereum Classic was hitting a support level over here and a Fibonacci. XRP was hitting a Fibonacci. And that's what we kind of said, calm down. That's why I told you guys I closed all my shorts yesterday, except for one Ethereum one. Only thing still moving down looks like a little bit. And the STMX broke down. There's no support level here for STMX. This is the one thing that just kind of stopped willy-nilly. That's interesting. Sheeb, I don't even want to know what the level of support here, but it just found the old level from before it popped up last year. FTM, Fibonacci levels came close to that one, broke down below it though, still looks bearish. Matic still looks bearish, broke down below, but this is a weekly chart, so at least we have some time to go back up here by the end of the week if the stock market wants to have a little bit of a reversal here as we get closer to the 200 weekly moving averages. Litecoin, I don't really have technicals for Litecoin just because it doesn't really do anything, but there you go. Fib level right there. AXS, probably not the best level, I guess. Maybe if we can go right here. No, really? No, this is interesting. Found one right there. Yeah, I guess the February 21 lows. There's usually a fib level that works out. AXS, I'm not going to do that, but yeah, no support level there at all. Maybe from a few weeks ago. Link found a support level. We're going to see if it holds. This is a weekly chart, so these trend lines are going to look pretty ugly to you guys, but bear with me. Yeah, they're going to look really ugly. basically my point is a lot of stuff is hitting support levels. You dot Dojo Elon, no, that's going to plummet for a little bit of time. Engine, a little bit of support here. So the whole market, for the most part, found some type of support level, and it's not necessarily bouncing hard, but it is slowing down. It is kind of going more sideways right now, and that's going to be good for us because we don't really want it to do much before tomorrow. I'm all for this doing something really crazy while I'm on the stream, but I don't think it really has a reason to until tomorrow because everybody that's going to be longing and going, buying like millions of dollars, the people, the whales, so to speak, they don't want to buy and then get blindsided depending on what the Federal Reserve does. Because at this point, if the Federal Reserve does just do 50 basis points tomorrow, the market may actually not like that. They may actually think that they may take that as a now that I'm looking at 75 basis points here, they may take that as the Federal Reserve being too timid and them losing faith in the Federal Reserve, leading to more uncertainty, leading to more losses, more selling, etc. Okay. And hey, Discount Killer, happy to see you back. And hey, Finding Guru again. How do you think 0.75 will affect the market? I think it'll cause a small dip. I don't think it'll cause a crash now. Now that the market has just priced that in. The Federal Reserve dropped a story in the Wall Street Journal. It was like a leak piece type of thing, but like a designed leak. Kind of, bureaucracies working with the media to kind of flesh out information ahead of time. And then I saw yesterday Steve Leisman from CNBC also got a kind of like a breaking news story that says, hey, they're going to be raising by 75 basis points as well. So I think the market was able to price that in over the last couple of days. I like that. So as long as they don't go to a full 100, the market should be okay. We might not even have a big drop tomorrow since everybody already knows what's going to be coming. What may cause the drop will not be necessarily just the 75-point basis rate hike. It may be a dip, then we're going to recover. It's going to be when he gets up on the stage and he starts answering questions from the media, and his answers to those questions will be very informative to all of us because we'll get to peek inside of his mind and say, hey, is he just doing 75 basis points today, and then maybe he might go back to 50 next month, and then 50 in I don't think there's one in August and in September. No, there's not one in July, I don't think, but there's one in September, August, excuse me. Will he be doing that? And then we can kind of try to get some certainty. And if the market has certainty, they can start planning. We may have a drop or whatever, but at least the market knows what's coming, and there won't be so much volatility, which will be good for Bitcoin because that'll bring in confidence. And that will stop the panic that I've been seeing a lot with these exchanges. I even heard Coinbase was having some issues here a couple of hours ago, yesterday. Even Coinbase is having issues. We all know about Celsius. I haven't actually checked up on Celsius for you guys. I was supposed to do that today on Twitter just to kind of see if they had any updates here. There we go, Celsius. Let's see. So I guess they just pinned it here. But they have a few messages here. I guess there's another coin here. To clear up any confusion, Celsius had nothing to do with the creation of any so-called Cell 2.0 token. Our security team is on alert as you should be. Please be vigilant. And then it says the Celsius network is working as quickly as possible and will share information as and when it becomes appropriate. Acting in the interests of our community remains our top priority. Right? And it says Celsius is working around the clock for our community. It is all hands on deck, so there will be no Twitter Spaces this week. Sure. But we still have the big announcement here. Celsius Network is pausing all withdrawals, swap, and transfers between accounts. This is going to become a big issue, and I'm already sure that politicians are going to be latching on to this to say, hey, this is exactly why we need regulation in the crypto space. This is exactly why we need to hold these exchanges accountable so they can't do this to their investors, yada, yada, yada. So I think there will be regulation on this in the future. I don't think it should be allowed for an exchange to lock the assets of one of their clients as long as it's not less than a security hack type of thing, right? If somebody's trying to steal my crypto and they stop them, sure. But as far as like a mass stoppage of people being able to withdraw funds, I don't think that should be legal. I think that's pretty stupid on their part of Celsius. However, their coin did have a big move up today. I think Celsius rebought a lot of their coin stake. Is that the coin actually popped up quite a bit. I don't know if I have the link here for it or not. Here you go. Yeah, look at that. Remember, this was all the way back in March. came screaming down with the market coming down as well. Came all the way down to 8 cents, and then somebody went crazy and spiked it all the way up, back up here to $2.50, and now it's all the way back down here at 60 cents. So it had a wild ride. Be very, very careful if you want to go longing into it. It would be really fun if you guys wanted to practice on it, but understand this thing can it could hurt you in a hurry if you're not careful with it. Okay. Alrighty, back over here to the 5. Probably best to just go to a 1 minute chart right here. I do want to see how this behaves and if we can actually get out of this little bit of a pennant over the next, I don't know, half an hour or so, maybe. Excuse me. All right. And hey, Ken, hey, everybody. If you guys have any questions right now, feel free to let me know. It's much quieter than yesterday. We don't have to worry about all the freaking, crazy stuff going on. Nice and calm market conditions. We're just waiting to see if we break down or if we start, testing out some of these Fibonacci levels here, which, it could definitely happen over the next few hours here, but I'm more optimistic that the market's not going to try to do anything too crazy before tomorrow. Whoop. I always mess up this chair. Sorry, guys. It always freaks me out. Yeah, I got to readjust this back thing. Paid like $400 for this chair, and I'm still not used to it. Move that over there as well. But yeah, I just want to see if we can have some type of breakout here and try to move a little bit higher. But I'm optimistic to see what's going to happen tomorrow with the Federal Reserve. I think when I get that information tomorrow, I can give you guys some better guidance where I can see Bitcoin. Because right now, I can see inflation starting to turn around by the end of the summer, and I can start to see Bitcoin starting to zoom back up at the end of the summer. Now, zoom up does not mean rocket ship off there, but it does mean, the prices we see over the summer, we're no longer going to have access to those prices once September and October kind of rolls around. That's kind of my belief of how this cycle may work out. And then we'll have to wait to see how a recession may affect the price of Bitcoin. Right now, all things considered, it's not the worst thing to ever happen in the world. We can definitely still go down. We can definitely still go down to $16,000 and such. But I think whatever prices we get to see this summer, they're going to be a steal, coming the next year. Make sure I don't mess up right here. And hey, Crypto Burger, if there was a war between Luna C, and Shiba Inu, who would win based on merit, not hype? Probably Shib, because they're not, the owners of it aren't as wild as the Luna people. Let's see. And what's going on right here? And hey, I just turned up the gain a little bit here. I don't know why, but when I talk a lot, you guys know I talk really fast sometimes. It's very interesting that I don't like to hear myself smack, and I don't think you guys like to hear me smack. So when I turn up the gain a lot, it's so much different than when I'm recording, because when I'm recording videos for you guys, my voice is much more lower, and I just enhance it, and then I try not to let you guys hear my smacking and whatnot, because I talk way, way too fast when I'm streaming sometimes. I don't know why. Let's see. And hey, Teaser, happy to see you back. You made your BitGet account and added some test funds. I'm in a full degenerate now. Dude, congratulations. Have fun with it, but don't be afraid to use the paper trading if you want to practice a little bit more before you go into it. But it is really fun to be going and trying to, test out the patterns that you see yourself, right? And that's going to be really exciting. And right now, guys, Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a push. Maybe I should put this back on auto as well, or a little bit zoomed in here. We're just trying to break out of this little pennant right here, and we're also trying to break out above the 20 moving average, the 1 hour chart, which we've been able to do the last few times here, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Mostly just this breakout here. Mostly just this breakout. Where's the RSI? There we go. Alrighty. Oh, and guys, yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. And guys, make sure to vote. I want to see how many of you guys have actually been trading the last 2 hours. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been saying no trading at all. And I think that's probably the smart move if you guys don't actually day trade quite a bit, or if you guys are new to the market. That's probably the safest way you could be trading right now. My recommendation would be to start paper trading. You can paper trade. I have a link for BitGet down below. Or if you guys just have a TradingView platform, you guys could open up a paper trading account down below. I have a link for TradingView down below as well, but I think it's free, right? TradingView is free, as a free version. You go down here to, you guys can't see it. It's up below the KuCoin link. It's called Trading Panel. And then you could go to, there's like a paper trading tab right here, so you can paper trade. And then if you guys have one of these accounts like Interactive Brokers or Ally Invest or Bitstamp or Gemini, you can connect it here and trade while you guys are on TradingView, which is kind of nice as well. I don't like to do it because I don't actually like to trade on TradingView, but I do like using this for educational purposes and stuff like that. And there we go. Let's see how Bitcoin does. We can get a little bit of a surge here. What's going on right here? And hey, Kitchen, do you think Bitcoin bounces back? Ultimately, this is the time to buy, correct? So the way I would advise buying right now, I guess not financial advice, but this is what I'm doing. I'm buying a little bit every single time we have a larger dip, and then I'm buying some of my favorite picks a little bit here every single day, right? So this week I bought some STMX, I bought some Ethereum Classic, I bought some Compound, I bought some Mana, and I bought some Sand. And those are the coins I bought this week. Last week I bought some Crow, some DOT, some more BGB because it dumped, some VGX, stuff like that. So I've been buying a little bit of coins, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, as we're down below the 100 weekly moving average. So, I'll show you guys after this a little bit of a breakout or rejection. So that's what I've been doing, but I've been buying chunks on these bigger dips, right? So we hit my first major price target, which was the 200 weekly moving average, all right? Now, I bought a lot of crypto yesterday, a lot on this dip, a lot of it. Now, what I'm looking for now is I have another big chunk of cash to be buying with, and my goal here is to hope that I can find the bottom whenever it occurs, whether that's at 14,000, 16,000, 19,000, 20,000, whatever that bottom ultimately ends up being. So I have like a multi-tier type of strategy here. Buy a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, kind of, dollar cost averaging down, so to speak. Or, and I'm also buying and buying chunks of crypto as we kind of have these larger crashes. And then I have this one big other chunk left. And there's going to be two reasons that I would use that to be buying. The first one is I see a perceived bottom and I buy it, and I might not time the bottom correctly, but you know what? I'll have a very, very good, another big, buy position. That'll be first. The other one is if for whatever reason, we don't really crash down to 14,000, we don't crash down to 16,000, what I'm going to be looking at here, we'll come back to this in a second, guys. The week chart. Here's a Ganfan chart for Bitcoin if you guys wanted to see it very fast. This is the one I used to make a tutorial for you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a video coming out. It's how to set up Ganfans like this in under a minute. So the video is literally 1 minute and 1 second long. I can't believe it was actually an extra second, but whatever. If I want to delete all this stuff, 200, there you go. So every day we're below this pink line on this weekly chart. I've been buying up crypto. Not a lot, but I've been buying. Now that we broke down below the 200 EMA, to me, this is the golden zone to buy in the normal cycle. And you can see that reflected over here during COVID. I bought a lot over here. And then over here in 2018, I bought a lot in this area as well. Now, usually, this goes back to what am I going to do with my second chunk? If we don't eventually go down below, much below this, right? If we end up breaking back above the 200 exponential weekly moving average, normally we have a big pop afterwards, right? We start moving up afterwards. That's when I'm just going to say, hey, I missed out on the best bottom I could have, bought. I'll just put that money in at that specific point. And then going back in hindsight, you know what? I'm okay. Even if I don't, I bought some here. I would have bought some here. If I buy here long term, it's still going to be a lot of money, right? So I'm just using the extra cash right now to see if the economy gets worse and we start heading back down here to 15,000, 14,000, whatever it may be on one of these Fibonacci levels here, somewhere in this area. If we don't come back down here, I'll save it. I'll save it for the big move back up. However, if we do come down here, I'll use the rest of my chunk of cash right there, and then it's all a waiting game. It's just going to be a waiting game after that. We may even grind all the way down to maybe 13,000. I doubt it, but we can grind down that far. And then from there, I'm still going to be holding, still being patient here, and just waiting to see which coins survive and which ones don't. Because even though I've been buying up coins over here and here and here, and after I've done, that second big purchase, so to speak, it doesn't mean I'm not still going to be buying coins every single day that I think are going to be good. And as the bear market really continues over here, the more coins kind of get destroyed where they lose all of the market cap, I'll be looking to see you know, what new coins may be coming out, what new coins may be taking their place, what new coins are born in this bear market. Because, you know, over the next 3 months, guys, however long this bear market lasts, there will be new coins coming out with no all-time high, really cool stuff going on. So if I'm going to be buying those coins up as well and hoping that they have some massive pops that I'm just going to enjoy buying up. And, you know, not every coin's going to be a Dogecoin, of course, but man, you know, if I just get a couple of those coins to hit at a couple 1,000%, which is very likely during an altcoin season, that will happen more likely in 2024 at this point. You know, just in a normal bull market, I can get a couple 1,000% out of those ones. I'd be very, very happy with. I'd be extremely happy with those moves. All right, let me get this over here. And if you guys didn't want to see this one I've been using for a while. It just looks a little bit weird since I don't have all the lines that you normally would set it up on. We have a Ganfan level using the 45-degree angles from the 2018 levels, 2020 levels, and then coming down the negative 45-degree angles on the Ganfan for the same 2018 to 2020, excuse me. And I only have 2 of these up here because sometimes we get traps where you think we're breaking down here below the 2-to-1, and then we get trapped and we don't break down below the 8-to-1. Because all these are only useful after this point in time. We even got kind of scared there as we kind of had a false breakout with the flag. But, you know, every time we break down below something, it usually means we're going to continue dropping down, which is unfortunate. Break down here, grinded there. Broke down here, not much more. But our support level right here on this Ganfan level is around $17,000. And I think over the next few weeks, that's definitely a possibility because according to which Ganfan level you guys are looking at, we're in that territory. So right now, we're in this space with an absolute low of 16,398 if things get really bad. Probably best to delete that little line. On this one right here, we're in this quadrant with an absolute low at about 20,133. And you can see we're kind of in this one right here. Or do we have another one here? This one. Which is this one even better? Let me see. Dragon action here. On this one right here, do we even have downward moves? Yeah, we do. They're just so far. Is there a Ganfan level missing right here? I think there is. Okay, before I do that, we kind of have one in this quadrant right here, but I think if I just move this down, there should be something that's supposed to be here. 3-to-1, 4-to-1. There we go. Okay. Yeah. We're in this quadrant right here with an absolute low of about 14,668, and that would probably be timed somewhere along July if we really are just going to have a complete crash continuing down and down and down and down. That would most likely be our bottom if we, at least I believe. I don't know if we're going to go down below that, but I can't believe that we're going to go down below $14,000. It could. I just don't think we will. There we go. But that's more of me just believing that institutional investors are going to be wanting to buy in at a good price before they start pumping it back up. And then we have to deal with all the shakeouts. We're going to have so much retail investors in this next big move. It's going to be crazy. And we're going to have to sell out, you know, at the proper time to the next bull market so we don't get annihilated here. We don't need those Ganfan levels. We can go back over to the simple one right here. How did it turn out? Did we get rejected? Yeah, we did. Okay. We still have an opportunity to break out here. There we go. Alrighty. See. And hey, Burke, I'm not going to work just for the short time. Dude, I know a lot of people are dedicated just to buying crypto at the right time. So yeah, take your time buying it. Enjoy your time off from work, my man. I wish I could stop working for a little bit of time. Well, I can't. I just don't. It's more of a mental thing. And hey, Kitchen Cartel, do you think that Bitcoin bounces back? Oh, yeah. That's just answer that question. I'm still kind of new to your channel. Do you trade sometimes while streaming or only trade privately? I don't really trade while streaming, and that's more specifically because I don't like to really do much day trading. I've done day trading in the past where I've made a few $1,000 in a few minutes. That's been kind of fun, but my anxiety kind of stops me. What I do is I will tell you when I'm actually opening a position or what the circumstances will be when I open up a position. So the way I kind of describe that, going back to that last chart we were just looking at, Bitcoin. So in this bear market, I've been a very, very big fan of larger swing moves. That's usually what I like. So I'm a very, very simple person. I do not like, you'll see all the YouTube gurus using all these fancy tools. I don't really see the point of them. I know they have some semblance. I've used them before myself, but when I look at how much they cost versus how much value they add, you know, simply shorting a, oh, that's not the right place. You know, here, here, here. There we go. Okay. And anything else I should put on here as far as what we've been trading so far? Um, I guess, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do. That's fine for now. I like trading simple patterns and simple breakdowns in a bear market. That's what I like to do. On the flip side, in a bull market, I will buy every breakout that has a good setup for it, and I'll be happy. I'll be using Fibonacci extension tools, Fibonacci retracement tools, etc. Right? So, the first big move that kind of told me to short wasn't actually this breakdown. It was simply that we had a death cross here. You can see a death cross happening right there, and that was really fun to trade as well because I had some shorts open at that time. But simply, you open up the trade right here on the close of the day, or a little bit as we're breaking down. Either one works. You open the trade basically, and you short it down to a Fibonacci level or a Ganfeng level, whatever support level you feel like is necessary. There's plenty to choose from. I will usually scale out on each one. Now, you short the breakdown. I had the opportunity to make about 26% profit in about 1 day, probably 2 days here. However, I trade with leverage, so it would have been like 10x, 50x, 20x, whatever it may be. So definitely more than 26%. But I think a lot of you guys would be happy just with 26%. And just because it says 26% at the very bottom, I didn't get that. So I probably made, realistically, somewhere between an average of about 15% to 20%. And that's how I like to trade, because if you add the 10x leverage, or usually I do 30 to 50x leverage, let's just say 10 for now, 10 at 15% returns, that's 150% return in about less than 48 hours. So that's how I like to trade that one. You can see right here, this one was a little bit different. I opened the short, but I had a stop loss on it, actually about 5%, because I wanted to protect myself. And the only reason I was being very, very careful here with the 5% stop loss being all the way back up here, so it's pretty generous, is because you could see this 8-to-1 Ganfeng level right here. And I really wanted to make sure that if we broke down below here, I wasn't going to get faked out and it would do some type of consolidation play, right? And then make a larger move back up here. That was my only concern. But then eventually we broke down here, and I still had my short open from here, so I was able to make some good profit. And there's a Fibonacci level that stopped us right here. I missed out on this trade right here, and not all of my strategies work out every single time. So I just missed it. I saw that we were decelerating a little bit. There was more of a team effect here, but again, I don't have to trade every single big move. We have a pennant right here, almost looks like Star Trek. We had a breakdown right here. We had the rejection from the 8-to-1 Ganfeng level, as you guys can see, also setting up a trend line for the future. Broke down, you short it back down. I didn't know exactly what was going to be happening here, so what you have to do is you have to put a Fibonacci retracement level here, right? And then I scaled out here, here, and here, and then when it rose back up above it, I was stopped out of the rest of my position with a trailing stop loss. All right, and then as you move over here, consolidation. There were opportunities to do more breakouts and stuff. I shorted the 8-to-1 Ganfeng level again. That was fun. I didn't really do much trading after that. I saw a double bottom. I was excited. It didn't pan out. We broke out here. I didn't do much trading. What I did was I bought the breakout above this specific level right here. So you can see this little resistance. I bought the breakout. I made a little bit of money, but I got stopped out as we came back over here. So I only made about like maybe 5 to 10%, like not much here. And that's with leverage, so I barely made anything, frankly. Because I was hoping that we might have the opportunity to break out above the 200 weekly moving average as well as this flag trend line. Didn't work. Got stopped out with minimal profits. Came breaking back down. Had another breakdown right here. Short this sucker back down. There was a lot of YouTubers at the time, and you if you go back in time, you will hear me making fun of them using this trend line as if it was like the ultimate thing to use. Was it this one right here? I think it was. Yeah. And I knew how when we broke down below this one right here, I knew it wasn't going to be a big deal. We crashed, we came soaring back up, and that's the problem with trading off of the body trend lines. But then once we break down below it, still it does become weaker, because you can see we've been down below this trend line lots of times with no real consequences. So I didn't really short this one too much. I really opened up the larger short. Let me delete this line here. Right here. And then you write it back down, a simple breakdown. This is known as a flag. I don't think I have the image. Let me see. You can see flag continuation bearish variant, right? Same thing. You just use those simple concepts, right? We broke down below the 8 to 1 gain fan level on this other chart. Another 8 to 1 gain fan level came down. I scaled out here a large portion of my position because that way we wouldn't bounce. It didn't work out, so I lost out on some potential profits, but I still made money, right? That's the goal here, just to make money. We came down. I scaled out the rest right here at the blue line. It actually went all the way down to this 4 to 1 gain fan level. I had no more position at that time, so I didn't really make much profit, but I still managed to profit from here to here, and then the last 50% of my position, I was able to sell right there for ultimately good profit. And then what do we do? Consolidated for a little bit of time. This is the Bitcoin USD chart. It's not as nice as the Bitcoin dollar chart, frankly, or the Bitcoin, Tether chart. But still, we broke down right here. Still an opportunity. You want to be careful about this Ganfin level. We did manage to break down below it, so I could have opened up a short here or here. I decided here just to kind of, no, I decided here, I think, because that was the Tether one at the time. And then right here, we came down. I scaled out some right here, and then I scaled out some over here because we were at a Fibonacci level right there, okay? And that's why yesterday, I think it was yesterday when I was streaming, the title of my video was bloopity bloopity bloopity. Sorry for this long answer, but I think it kind of explains my trading style. Bitcoin reaches the 200 weekly target. I have closed all of my shorts, and then the other part heading for a recession. We talked about that yesterday. So in general, that's how I trade in a bear market. I will scale it quite a bit, but these larger moves are kind of customary. We've seen them happen quite a bit. And if you guys go back in history and look at that, oops, I don't want to look at that chart. If you guys go back in history a little bit and you kind of pay attention to what Bitcoin does normally in a bear market, you'll see that these Fibonacci levels come back time and time and time again. And it's a great way to make money, in a very simple term. And I think this is something that anybody can do. It's just the commitment to once you open a position, you just have to wait, because not every time you buy and it just keeps on going down if you're shorting, or not every time when you open up a long, it just keeps on going up after you take the position. There's a little bit of uncertainty, and then it eventually takes off the direction you knew it was going to take off. But whales play a game to really screw over the retail investors, and I learned that the hard way when I was first learning to trade myself. So that's kind of how I trade, and that's why I have a smaller pattern going on right now. If we break out above this, I'm not expecting much craziness to be going on because of the shorter time frame of consolidation. However, it will be a play in which you most likely could make a few bucks. On these smaller ones, though, it'd be more of a scalp, not really looking for much money there. Maybe a 1% to 2% gain at most. With leverage, you might be able to make some money there, but it's still a little bit risky because usually on these smaller breakouts, whales come in here to slam us back down. And so you have to make sure you guys have a stop loss if you guys want to be protected from some of those larger aggressive moves by the jerks of the market, right? Whales. And one other thing here, guys, before I go back to you guys' questions, we can actually figure out what was going on now. Bitcoin was shorted about $5 million 12 minutes ago. It was also long about an hour ago, 11 million. And here we go. Yeah, we've kind of balanced out here, guys. The last 24 hours, longs have been liquidated at 126 million, and shorts have been liquidated at about 130 million, excuse me. All right, there we go. Hopefully that kind of shows you how I do my trading here. Day trading is fine. I make way more money with those swings with leverage. Way more money. And you know what? A lot less risk. And there's no risk of me over trading, right? Now, I usually don't over trade too much anymore, which is why I didn't even bother to trade today. I was happy with my positions, and I'm kind of tired overall from kind of this YouTube and streaming and stuff. So I want to take it easy here. And so, that's kind of my style of trading. I don't really make it as complicated as other people because I don't really think it has to be complicated. Now, when I'm planning everything out as well, it's not just Fibonacci levels. It's like it's Fibonacci circles, Fib wedges, Fib timeframes, Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, Ganfan levels, trend lines. There's a lot of stuff I use in it that I teach you guys on the channel. However, at the core of it, it's a very basic concept of what pattern can you see? Are we breaking out of that pattern? Are we breaking down? And then if you add stocks to the mix, then we talk about news, earnings reports, and other like dividends. A little bit more complicated in the stock market. But the crypto market's really nice because it's kind of simple. which it won't be simple forever, but for now it's very simple. So when it breaks out, it usually goes up. When it breaks down, it usually goes down. And then over time, you can kind of get a feel of what's going on. The caveat to that being, of course, Bitcoin is more manipulated than most stocks in the market here. So there's going to be a little bit of difference there. All right, let's see. And hey, Crypto, I haven't checked out your video just yet. I'll probably look it up after the stream here. I do need to be watching some more crypto content here. And always, Cloudboy, happy to see you back. The Bizzle needs to let us drill again. More than just drill, we need to be able to drill more oil here, but we also have to have the refineries to, refine that crude oil into gasoline so we can actually pump it into our cars, and maybe, and that should be okay. My fear here right now is the energy prices are going up overall, but I'm in Washington State right now. It's pretty chill and cloudy and rainy, nice weather for me. I've been hearing that the East Coast is about to have a heat wave, and maybe Texas as well. I'm wondering how the energy grids are going to be able to handle everybody turning on their AC all at once. I know Texas had some issues with last year. Louisiana had some issues a couple years ago as well. I hope the energy grids can really sustain all that type of stuff and not have any major issues going forward. Let's see. And hey, Discount Killer, no options plays right now. I closed my MU short here after we broke down. It gave me like one good day of gains. But right now, I'm really iffy on what the Federal Reserve is going to do. So I would expect some options plays coming out Thursday once I know the information. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be going over Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, maybe Home Depot, since home mortgages are going down. That could be a good put option right there. Home mortgages going up, excuse me. And then there's also L3 Harris Technologies, which is still going up because they're war company. They make profits. Oil companies like OVX, Exxon, stuff like that. So those are going to be the things I really talk about going forward in this week. You can expect probably 6 to 10 videos on technical analysis on Thursday alone. I kind of got caught behind on them a little bit because of all this craziness with Bitcoin here, but you're going to get some options plays pretty soon on those ones. They're not really at the breakout point right now. That's why I haven't. That's why I'm making the videos over the last few days here. The last one that broke down was MU, and the time before that we did the calls on Nvidia that returned about 100% or so. Those were nice, but not nearly as much as we were hoping for. That they really took one of the earliest pivot points and just rejected back down. Not due to Nvidia really, but due to the entire market really starting this big drop that we talked about over the past few days. And hey, Tony, happy to see you back, my man. Hope you're doing well. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. And hey, Data Trading, happy to see you back, my man. Let me make sure I'm going down here. Hey, the dude abides. I don't do the trading stuff. All you guys gotta do is watch my videos. If you watch my videos, you will have a pretty clear understanding of where I'm at. I try not to charge you guys anything. I am starting an email list. I haven't sent an email in a couple weeks because I'm still trying to build up the list and figure out why Google keeps on saying it's spam when I'm just sending. I think it's because it's crypto related, honestly. But I do have if you guys go down below in the description, there should be some type of link there, I think, so for an email list. So I'm building that up, and then if you guys just watch my videos, I will tell you guys pretty frankly, hey, I'm looking for this breakout to occur and whatever. I just am not usually live when the breakout occurs, so I'm not usually making the trade there at the same time, if that makes sense. Because these are we're waiting for usually days, weeks, if not months for the breakout to occur, and it usually occurs sometime in the morning, afternoon, or when I'm trying to sleep here and I get an alert on my phone saying, hey, we're breaking down, it's time to open up a short. I will usually hop on my phone, open up Bitcoin or KuCoin, and I'll have the position kind of saved right there, and I'll just open it right there and go back to sleep and see how it works out. With a stop loss there in case we have a reversal, whatever. See, hey, Discount Killer, double bottom on Matic for the 1 hour. We have two bottoms. It's not necessarily the double bottom just yet. What you'd be hoping for here, maybe on a 30-minute chart would look a little bit easier. Yeah, bottom, come back down. There's a double top in here as well. I wouldn't classify this as a double bottom, mostly because I want to see double bottom be a little bit more smooth. So like, gosh, freaking magnet. Uh, Bottom, come back up smoothly, come back down. Then there's that, and then I'd be waiting to see if we can break above that neckline there, and then that's when I would want to be buying that position. Right now, really didn't have too much of a smooth coming back down. What I'd be hoping for first of all is that Bitcoin can break out. That'd be nice to see first, and then possibly after that, if I can see, yeah, there's no real neckline there. That's my concern with it right now. Because you can see a bottom right here, and you can see how just kind of a little bit of a jump. You don't want to necessarily see that jump right there. Well, at least that big of a jump, I should say. How much did this come back up? So if this came up 5 cents, so yeah, it came up more than 2.5, so it don't work out. You don't want to have it this little middle bump come up more than 50% of the value. For now, I'd be hoping that this breakout that you're seeing right here can lead to a move. You can see it's getting rejected off of right now. Maybe that breakout can bring you a little bit of money there, but you would want to, let's see, this is higher than that one, yeah. You can see the rejection going on over the last freaking 4 hours here, can't you? If I was to buy some right here, I'd probably look to start scaling at around 42.6, maybe more optimistically 43. Because I think if Bitcoin also manages to break out above the 20, I think that'd be the engine you need to really push this up higher here. I wouldn't say it's a double bottom though. I like to, well, you can, but you know me. I like to be very smooth. I like to be very clear. Because if it's clear for me to see, it's clear for everybody else to see. And if it's clear for everybody else to see, I'm not going to be the only one buying. So therefore, more people buying, the faster it goes up here. But yeah. Like, you see on the 30-minute chart right here. Oops. You see how you have, it's not necessarily perfect, but you have a top, and then we broke below the neckline. And you do that, and you see how it came back up just like the double top says, right? Where's double top? There it is. I'll put it in the top left-hand corner. Comes up, down, up, down. You see right after it comes down, though, it comes back up a little bit, then comes back down. You see how smooth that is? Comes back up here to the neckline, gets rejected, then you come back down. That's the type of smoothness I like to see from my trades. It can work out, but it's not going to work out as often as the ones that have the really smooth kind of looks to them. But Matic at 41 cents, guys. Who would have thought? All right, let's see right here. Back over here, the 5. Back up to the 1 here. Again, you're going to be hoping that Bitcoin can break out first, but it still looks promising here as long as Bitcoin can get back above that 20 moving average on the hour chart. And then, we might get rejected over here by the 22,740 Fibonacci level and the 50 moving average here actually on the 1 hour chart. But it'd be worth probably a short-term scalp, maybe as an hour or two, maybe an hour. Excuse me. That'd be worth it. With leverage, probably. Let's see. And hey, one space. I do not know what's actually going on with 3AC at all. I have never heard of it before, as far as I know. Let me see if I have. Oh, okay. I read about them, but I didn't actually know about this. Um, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Looks like they may be the ones dumping the stablecoin. On-chain data has prompted speculation that 3 Arrows Capital, a crypto-focused Singapore-based hedge fund, is insolvent and may become the largest high-flying company to crash in the bear market. Oh, I don't know. 3 Arrows Capital sold at least 40 million worth of Lido staked Ether early Tuesday, making it the largest sale of the token in the past week. The company did not immediately respond for a request for comment. I don't know. That is interesting. I don't know. I would still, in the long term, guys, be wanting to short Celsius. I think what they did today when they pumped up their price, I don't think it was like organic. I think it was like deliberately made by them. I think what happened is, as they caused this pump after that major crash, I think they were trying to get rid of all the shorts to scare them off. But like shorts were like moths to a flame. we see a flame right there that's about to turn into a burning dumpster fire, we're like, ooh, a light. We're going to go towards it. We just are. It's going to be easy money once they open up their accounts again. Because Celsius, in my opinion, just betrayed the trust of every single one of their members by making it so they can't even sell their assets, transfer their assets. They can't transfer their assets back into any other account. They're locked in there. And a lot of people lost a lot of money because they had leverage plays open that crashed and got liquidated during this last big move here. And normally when you're about to be liquidated, you get an alert well before that happens saying, hey, if the price keeps on going down, we're going to have to close your entire position unless you put more money into your account. Well, if you have another account and you can't transfer money in there, how are you going to save your position? You can't. And so people got liquidated and they lost their entire position. And, some people may only have a few $100, some people may have 1,000. Regardless, it could be a lot of money for them. And, me, I would never use Celsius again. Never, ever use Celsius again. And maybe I should even make a video about this, or just a short. I would never use Celsius again. Never used it before. However, the fact that they did that is a huge breach of trust. And, all you got to do is go down into the comments of the Celsius people, and you just hear some really sad stories like, hey, my rent money was in there. How am I supposed to pay rent this month? That was a stupid decision on that investor's part. However, he has a point. Like, what am I supposed to do? You stole my money, right? Not stole it, but locked it for the good of the community. All that type of stuff. That's why anytime you hear me read about them saying they serve their community or it's all for the community, I do the air quotes because it's all bull. Okay. Oh, and hey, Aaron, happy to see you back. Quick long-term question. When do you think Bitcoin might get back above 35,000? Weeks or months? Probably months unless we have some type of major surge here. I don't really foresee that happening. For me, Q4 of this year to Q2 of next year, I think. More optimistically, if I was to choose a range, probably the first quarter of 2023. I'd be optimistic about that. And that's going off of the fact that I don't think this next recession is going to be as bad. I think when people think recession, they think the Great Recession, which was 2008, right? But the reason that was so bad was it was not just a recession, it was almost a financial system collapse. And that's where all the pain was really felt. Now, we have put up a lot of regulations since then. Now, we have taken some of those regulations off. However, I think the majority of people out there don't think that it's going to be nearly as bad as the 2008 recession. And I don't think it's going to be as bad. And we'll just have to figure out what jobs or what sectors lose jobs the fastest. Right now, I mean, you guys let me know if you guys have heard anybody getting laid off and stuff like that. But I haven't heard of many blue-collar workers being laid off as of yet. I'm not entirely sure which workers of Tesla have been let go here or planning to be laid off. But all the layoffs I see happening right now are all in the crypto space. And so I'll have to wait to see if, Target is doing layoffs, Walmart's doing layoffs, Trader Joe's, where else do I shop? Whole Foods, right? If they're doing layoffs, then I get more concerned, in the short term. But, I don't think the recession is going to be as bad or as horrible as the 2008 financial crisis. So I'm assuming Q1 of 2023 is my goal here, where we might be back above 35,000. I don't think it's going to be like the chart going up once we start to rebound here and get out of this bear market. And it's not going to be a rocket ship like we experienced in 2021. What will most likely happen is I'll have a nice little pop up, and then it'll consolidate for a little bit of time, shaking people out as we go. And then, probably later on into 2024, when we have our next halving, that's when you can see a huge surge in the price of Bitcoin and crypto. Until then, you guys will be basically learning how to do lots of pattern trading, which will make you a lot more money probably. So that's going to be the exciting thing there. And in the meantime as well, you'll see the stock market to rebound as well too. And that should also be moving up a little bit faster. And then we'll be trading options in that market as well. Or just flat out, share trading for the breakouts there as well too. So, a give and take there. And hey, Slick Joel, $4.99 gas here in upstate New York. Over here, it's like $5.70 is what I paid the other day to fill up my tank, or per gallon to fill up my tank. I think the average for Washington though is like around $5.50 or so. I think that's around the average. They got some cheap gas here in Washington, but I don't. My car doesn't like it for some reason. And hey, Kenny, Mike, did a dip in Crow yet? Yes, I bought about $200 worth of Crow yesterday. Last night, I think. Yeah. So I'm optimistic to see where it can go in the long term. I think Crow will survive all this. That's the reason I've been buying it. If I see an exchange that has a very low coin, there's a lot of exchanges that have low coins right now. They're going to be really solid moves throughout the next few years. So, I don't think Crow is going anywhere. I don't think BitGet is going anywhere. I don't think KuCoin, Femex, Binance, I don't think they're going anywhere, guys. I think in the long term, they are going to make me some really good money. And it's like buying a lower market cap coin without the risk of like the other lower market cap coins that have the potential just to go kaput, right? So as long as the coin is mostly used, the exchange is mostly for trading. So Celsius never even bothered to show up on my radar when it comes to exchanges. I never actually saw it before, and I think that's probably because actually, I don't know why I never saw it, but even if I did, I don't like exchanges that give out a whole bunch of money and says, hey, if you put money here, we're going to give you a whole bunch, unless it's something more moderate, right? So, like, I like Voyager's approach to doing that. They have a 9% USDC. That's fine. That's not too exact. That's not too extreme. But for all the other coins, besides DOT, it's around like 1 to 4%, so it's manageable. Other exchanges, no, some of them have like really, really high freaking rates, and it's cool while it lasts. But if you hold on too long, the company usually doesn't have enough capital to really keep those payments up when everybody's cashing out during a bear market situation. Hey, what Doge? Happy to see you back as well, man. Let's see. And hey, Flat Smack, Bitcoin doesn't care about the Fed. It was invented to replace them. It's not going to replace the Fed, unfortunately. I think the Fed may copy it. And that'll be the funny thing that ends up happening here with the government backing. And hey, Sung Lee, what's my prediction on Dogecoin? I think that during the next big bull cycle that we see, Dogecoin will eventually reach $1. That's my price target for right now. However, until then, it can definitely go down to the 4-cent range if things get really, really nasty for the market. And then from there, that might be the best opportunity to buy Dogecoin for a while. Dogecoin has fallen down a lot since all-time highs, but so has a lot of other coins. I'm not too concerned about that. My big thing here is I'm putting a lot of faith in Elon Musk to do something with Dogecoin in the future that would actually make the value increase a little bit more. And I'm also hoping that over the next few months, I guess a year or so now, I'm hoping that Dogecoin will stop making new coins. I'd rather see it be more deflationary than inflationary. I don't like them making new coins every single day and putting them out onto the exchanges. I'd rather that not be the case. But we'll have to see if they can burn coin to do something like that to help out the price in the long term. But overall, I still have my Dogecoin. I'm hoping it goes up even higher in the next big run that we see. What's right here? Let's see. And hey, Awake Hip Hop, happy to see you back. I like your take on the 16K above the psychological event of level, of 15,500. Yeah, well, I'm looking at all the GAN levels. I know we could do a wick down there, but I think it'd be something more of a bounce play, and then from there we start to recover. Normally, even if in these worst case scenarios where the market's going down quite a bit, if we have a really bad wick, we usually come back up really fast, and then we kind of, consolidate for a little bit of time, then we follow up with our next move. Right? Excuse me, kind of like right now. We've had a pretty nasty drop over the last few days. Excuse me. And then we found our low. I thought it might be this Fibonacci level. Nope. It was this Fibonacci level down here, and I sold all of my shorts right there. So I missed it out by a little bit here. But now we're just waiting for the next setup, waiting to see what happens. Can we break back above the Fibonacci level? Are we going to stay above this Fibonacci level? What's going to happen here? And I'll be waiting for the next breakout. The current move that we're looking for here is going to be this one right here, right? We're going to try to hope that we don't break down below this level, that trend line right there. And you can see on the minute chart, right? That's what we're hoping for. Stay above this level, and so far we are. In fact, we'd want to be actually going up above this level right here. We want to break out. But what I see right here, is this a 5? Is this a double top? No, I messed up the double top. 15-minute chart, is a double top? No. In the short term, we would at least want to see these higher lows continue on. And I'll add this on here. So we can kind of see. Because if we drop down below this, it doesn't mean we're going to crash or anything like that. In fact, this isn't actually exact line. When you do minute charts, I'm always really precise with it. It's a bad habit. So let me go right here. Oh, I could do that one too. Oh, I could do multiple ones. Okay, so what am I looking at here? Yeah, we'll see if this one works out. I'm not entirely sure now that I'm using the minute chart. Minute chart looks like something more is more important over here. All right, we'll see, guys. We have two now. You can see the difference. One is using the very, very low. This one. This one's not using the very, very low. It's using a tad above, using the low tad above that one. There we go. There we go. See which one's more promising. See. And hey, Sharma, happy to see you back, man. Hope you've been well. Me too, degenerate. I like it. There you guys go. And hey, the dude, 16K Celsius liquidation price. So I'm sorry, I heard. Can you verify that? Where do we sign up for your trade setups? Thanks, Mike. Oh no, you already asked me that. Just watch my videos, or if you want to see like what my thoughts are, maybe on every Sunday about the market. I have a newsletter link. Sign up for that one below as well. I don't know where Celsius' liquidation price is. I think it was actually like 17,700 is the one I heard about. So, um, well, I should probably just type in liquidation. Oh, crypto lender Celsius hires restructuring lawyers after account free. So let me do this first. Um, oh yeah, you're right. 16,852 liquidation price on Tuesday morning. This came out 8 hours ago. Celsius appeared to have paid off 28 million of its outstanding loan on a Maker, a decentralized finance protocol that lends out DAI, a stable coin. The firm appears to have an additional 250 million outstanding on its Bitcoin collateralized loan. So yeah, they're in debt, but not by probably too much there in relative things in terms. Let me see. Oh, Wall Street Journal. Why would you do this to me? Okay, well let's just read the title. Crypto lender Celsius hires restructuring lawyers after the account freeze. Uh, yeah, $8 a month. Oh my God, isn't there streaming platforms that like are more expensive than that or cheaper than that? All right, there you go. We had our first breakdown. We'll see how that turns out. All right, it doesn't look like it's still a breakdown. I guess you would say still a breakdown. See, and hey, Harad, do I sometimes shave my face? Yes, I was actually supposed to get my face shaved on Sunday. But my sister wanted to go to her not sister she wanted to go to her friend's graduation party, and so I had to cancel my appointment for that, which was annoying. But yeah, I will either get I usually get my beard trimmed up, and sometimes I get shaved. If you guys look at my how do I do it? If I go to my Discord very fast, probably just type in Discord, right? Discord. Okay, so if you guys go to my face, I think my how do you go to profile? Oh no, it's a different one. Never mind. I switched up my profile picture. Um, but yeah, a lot of times I have a smooth face. Well, not a lot of times here. Instagram. How do I do this? I don't really do Instagram too much. I'm trying to do more social media. Trying to. Let's see. There you go. There's me with a shaved face, with a few razor bumps and everything like that, and a lollipop, and Ray-Ban glasses, and my car. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I look way, way different when I have everything off. Way, way different. I'll probably get my maybe I'll keep the hair long this time, and I'll just get the beard shaved. I'm not entirely sure. Uh, my haircuts. I get a haircut every other week. It costs like $80, but I like the person that does my hair, and I like getting my hair done and all that good stuff. So it's a relaxing time where I get to get away from work and force myself away from work. And Loki's usually not there, so it's kind of nice to get a little break from the dog too. Let's see. And hey, Awake Hip Hop, thoughts on VRA? Better to go over to CoinMarketCap and look that one up here. Oh, that's not what I needed to see. Feel like I broke it. Hold on. There we go. And then make sure you said VRA. Yeah, okay, there you go. It's up a little bit here, and you want to see if we can break above 0.0059. Oh, it doesn't have a trading view chart built into this one. That's interesting. Uh, where's this relative to the chart here? 0.0059. That's way up here. Yeah, it can happen. I would say for this one though, you want to see first Bitcoin break out above this level right here, and then from there it would probably have to reach around the 20. At least break out above this Fibonacci level for it to have a chance to do so though. You first want to see Bitcoin break out. If Bitcoin doesn't break out, it won't actually make that move. If you wanted to buy right now, I would really have just like a 3 to 4% stop loss here, because what you want Bitcoin to do right now is, as weird as this looks, a low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. You want to see a higher low here. Then in the next opportunity we have to break out above the 20 right here. You want to see us push above that. Let me see if there's any other moving averages blocking the way here. No, no, no. 15, not really bad. 30-minute 50 is causing us a little bit of issues, but it wasn't a few minutes ago. That's a few hours ago. Yeah, 45, not too bad right now. It will be in a few minutes, but yeah. I would want to see Bitcoin break out before that would happen. Otherwise, it wouldn't be as nice of a big move for me to be trading. Unless it does something different and it separates off of Bitcoin. That's a whole different story. But right now, I'd be waiting for Bitcoin to break out before I time that type of trade here. It's right here. And hey, Matt, what do you call Celsius gets liquidated at 16.8? Yeah, there you go. And I think MicroStrategy, I don't think they got liquidated last night. I think they were at risk of it, but they were able to pay off the margin call, I believe. I'm not entirely sure if they were margined, had a margin call, but if they did, I think they would have enough money to pay for it right now. If there's a point where they don't have enough money to pay for it, that'd be a concern that they would have to sell off all that Bitcoin as collateral, and that'd just be devastating for the Bitcoin price, because he's been buying quite a bit over the last few months, or years, as you guys know. Oh, and hey, Alan, time happy to see you back, my man. And hey, Bradius. See. And hey, Burke, the Fed releases on Friday. I'd still have this that same short running now. No, no, no. The Federal Reserve meeting is tomorrow. It's tomorrow, Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Here. Why am I messing up this time? I'm thinking of what to type. That's why multiple things to type. Yeah, here we go. Why so many ads? This is not the link I was looking for. Yeah, recent jump in bond yields have pointed to the possibility of a more aggressive Fed at the conclusion of the two-day Federal Open Market Committee meeting Wednesday, right? Oh, let's see. China's economic number. Oh, you guys can't see. It's kind of top to stop. This is breaking news. China's economic numbers come in better than expected, but difficulties and challenges remain. That may be good for us. That may be good. If they're producing more stuff, that means there's less of a supply crunch if it's able to get over here. Then we just have to worry about gas. This could be really good news for us tomorrow, guys. Have futures turned around and gone up a little bit more than expected right now? Yep, now up 121, up 20, and up 83. That's good news, and the market likes it so far. So that is good news for us to happen tomorrow. Of course, everybody's going to be kind of waiting to see what happens with the Fed meeting here. But I forgot what the exact link is that we looked at. I told you guys there was always high turnover in CNBC. Let's just go to Fed. Let's see. Maybe this one. All right, well, whatever. It's 2:30 2:30 Eastern time tomorrow is when they're going to announce the big Federal Reserve big Fed rate hikes. And let's see. And hey, Michael, I keep getting ads popping up when you are streaming. I think that's probably because of. Oh, sorry, one of my things just made a whole bunch of noise. I don't know. I could just be YouTube testing out something new. I know today, for me, I couldn't read anybody's comments. I don't know if you guys were able to read comments earlier today. I wasn't able to read them as a viewer on the app, and I wasn't able to actually see any while I was in my YouTube studio trying to answer questions and stuff like that. So I saw no comments today. It may be something around that, but I don't know if comments actually have they match up with what we know about you know ads versus comments. I don't know, but what do you call? I I don't know. Did any of you guys have issues with comments today? I'm not entirely sure about the ad thing, but let me know if you guys had issues with the comments. See, and hey, teacher, dude, nice little scalp right there. Scalping is always pretty fun. Scalping is really, really fun if you don't do it too much. Don't do it too much. That's me, not you. And hey, Rick, what indicators do you recommend for day trading? For me, it's the 3MA. Seems to work, but I imagine there are better. Um, I usually like to look at the RSI. The VWAP is nice if you're going to be day trading stocks personally. But usually what I'm doing when I'm day trading is, so this one didn't even work out. Let me get rid of this line here very fast. I like to use patterns that have been developed over the last few days. And if we have a smaller breakout like that, then I'd be more inclined to trade them and do a little bit of a breakout that would probably last anywhere from 1 to 3 hours or so. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a breakout that occurred on the daily charts here. I prefer day trading in the stock market over the crypto market, always. Always, always, always. But I have access, I can trade with options. I don't have pattern day trading rules, so that's a luxury I have, unless you guys have $25,000 you want to plop into an account, right? As far as crypto, I only like to try to, when I'm day trading, it's going to be much smaller plays, and it has to be a good setup, and it's rare that I do a lot of day trading with crypto. So, for instance, right now, right, I see us testing support right now, a small level of support, but only from these little two things. So maybe I would want to do some type of short right here to see if I can get back down to which one was honored more. A little bit right here, not much right there. Do we honor this one right here? Do we no? Okay, so there's the first one. Okay, so maybe if I was doing a day trade, I would open up a position right here if we shorted, and then I would try to aim for this right here, and that's the entirety of the trade. But as you guys can see, if I did that trade from here to here, that's only about 0.66, 0.68% return. Not really a lot there. So what I have to do is have a 10x leverage to just try to get back 6% for holding for maybe just a few minutes here. So you can see right there, we had a little bit of a breakdown. We haven't closed down below it yet here because it's just a 1 minute chart. On the 5 minute, 15 minute chart, it looks a lot different here. Oh, the line disappears. Sorry, it goes straight up. I guess it really is a short-term line here, right? And so, well, we have to wait for it to close down below. But that's what I'd be doing there if I wanted to make that trade. And we'll kind of watch it here in a second. Yeah, did it survive there? Yeah, did it work out here? Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, I'd be using this one. We can watch it for a few minutes, but that's normally how I'd be looking at that move there. No, what's right here? And hey, Frank. Oh, you asking teaser? Yeah, BitGet's a good one. I have a link down below if you want to check it out. BGB is really nice. I like it. It's like meant for the new investor, and they have a lot of tools there, especially like paper trading. So you guys don't actually have to use your own money while you learn. You could use fake money, and of course, people put their own money in there as well, so they can practice with real money as well. You want to find a good balance because paper trading is good for testing out your theories and figuring out how good you are at trading. It doesn't help you kind of hone your emotions when it comes to trading, which is why when I tell you guys I'm shorting and whatnot, that type of stuff, when I open up a position, it'll go down for a little bit. I'll be happy with the short, but then it might come up a little bit and I might get a little bit nervous. But me just doing this for so long, I'm like, it'll work itself out. I'm either going to get stopped out, take the loss, or we're going to plummet. And the profit is so, like the opportunity for profit is so great that I will really just wait for the stop loss to either hit or, just keep on holding and watching it go down and down and down and down. My problem isn't like finding the right time to open a position. My problem is finding the right time to sell because I usually sell my positions too early. But that's because I'm very cautious and all I really care about is making money. And it's the system that I have for me has worked out very well for me. You guys will find systems that work better for you. Some of you guys will be much more aggressive, and that is a-okay. That is like really just fine. You guys just want to make sure that at the end of the day, you guys are making money. And if you guys are making money, who cares how you're making it? As long as you guys are making money, you guys will be just fine. Let's see. And hey, Frank, is it, oh, Teaser's answering all of your questions. You should be fine. And hey, Byford, it was 99 degrees today. Too hot? No, I cannot do that. I cannot do the heat. Look at this. Beautiful 58 degrees right now. The Pacific Northwest is really, really nice right now, guys. It's so nice. I hear the whole no real summer weather for any time soon in Seattle. Q13 Fox, thank you. I do not want to have summer weather, and I bet Loki doesn't want to have any either. He has to take a bath this weekend. He may not be happy about that, but besides that, yeah, he doesn't overheat, but he does start to get tired a lot faster than before. Let's see right here. California grid can't handle EV charging. Too many electric cars out here with that threats of brown and blackouts. How can you charge your EV without electricity? Oh, geez, I didn't even think about that. I don't know. For me, it's never been practical to own an EV just because of where I've lived most of the time. I could have got one where at my apartment, but we had no chargers for it, so I wasn't going to buy one there. And when I was in downtown Seattle, they hadn't really done too much infrastructure yet, like in the apartment building that I was at, so I still couldn't do it there. And then before that, I lived in Montana, and Montana didn't have many infrastructure. I would have had to park it in a hotel parking lot to charge, right? Yeah, gotta have electricity for those electric cars. I do think Teslas are nice, though. I just don't want to buy one. Maybe a Tesla truck just for the fun of it. I would enjoy that. Let's see. And hey, Byford, whale number 7 bought and sold a boatload today. Well, we're kind of waiting this out here. Let me go over here to. This is new. I don't know why they've been doing this so much. They must be really going after a lot of bots here. Containing a boat. Why are they all blurred out though? It's still a boat. Okay, boat. Okay. Oh yeah, they were doing a lot of trading today. Wow, look at this. Remember, guys, today is the 14th. The 14th started right here last night. Look at this. Up 100, down 100. I don't know what they were doing. Were they trading or were they transferring? What were they doing during this time? See, I don't know what they were doing. That's a lot of freaking Bitcoin being moved around there. Somebody's active, that's for sure. Excuse me. Wish list. Whale number 3 do anything, guys? Is buying up Bitcoin now. So now he's starting to buy back up. Or he or she's starting to buy Bitcoin back up here. That's nice to see. Sold before the dip, bought after the dip, saving some money there. 500, yeah. Yo, he saved a lot of money right there. Jeez. All right, there we go. And hey, just gonna have a great rest of your night, my man. And hey, Ryan, today people were 100% waiting for tomorrow's meeting. Lots of break even today. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be big news tomorrow. I don't since the Federal Reserve has actually given an alert saying, hey, which way we're trying to go right now. There's 75 basis points tomorrow. I think the market has already priced it in. I think what happens now is how does the market go forward here? And maybe with the announcement of Biden going over to Saudi Arabia, maybe it'll help cool things off. We are getting to the point where the stock market and crypto, we're going to be hitting some strong support levels. Bitcoin around 20,000, S&P, NASDAQ, and so forth, some of those moving averages that we talked about. We have a great opportunity for a bounce, and that'll be very good for altcoins. We just have to figure out exactly when that might happen. And here's the breakdown that we just talked about a few minutes ago. So let's see how this works out. If we had an imaginary short here, I guess we got to wait 20 seconds here until we confirm the breakdown. But probably 40. Technically, I would wait 2 for a 5-minute candle, but let's just be a little bit more aggressive than normal here. So let's just say we open up the trade here. How do I do this? Sure. Uh, how do I do this? I don't trade on here. Trade. Whatever. Let's just sell. I don't know how this works out. We're just gonna say we sold right there. Whatever. Okay. And then we would scale out some right here, and then we would scale out the majority around here. Unless we got more greedy, then we could always hope for the price to be coming back down here. And then when you kind of put this in the same perspective of a 15-minute chart, maybe we're looking at a double top. So we have a top, and then we might be looking at a support level here around 21,754. Excuse me, 21,740, which also kind of lines up here with this Fibonacci level. So where we might bounce up for 1 or 2 minutes before ultimately making a larger move down here to 21,559, and that's where you can kind of go side by side and look at the chart to see what's happening. But yeah, we'll watch it like go out here very fast, and then my stop loss will probably just be up here, right up here, a little bit above the 20 moving average here on the 1 minute chart, and that's how I'd be looking about this going down, right? So, I try not to be too crazy with my trades here. But then you can see right there, see a little bit more of a pump up. Is it 5 minutes? Did we close at 5 minutes? No, we closed below on the 5 minute chart. We'll have to see how this one pan out. But yeah, see, yeah. All right, but anyway, we'll keep track of it. What am I most bearish say on Ethereum? I mean, I think Ethereum can go sub 1,000 if things get bad enough. So Ethereum can get really, really bad here. I opened up a short with Ethereum, and my big point here was I was telling you guys that if Ethereum broke down below $1,700, it was going to be a nice breakdown, and I thought it might lead Bitcoin down on the breakdown a little bit more down the road, and it kind of did that. But here, while we kind of wait for this to pan out, probably Ethereum right here. Oh no, this isn't the right Ethereum chart. Let me go back to here. So, this is a 1 minute chart, isn't it? Let's go to 4-hour chart. So, right here, as soon as we close below the Fibonacci and the support level, open up a short. It took a while of doing nothing, and then we just came screaming back down. I sold off mine right around here. Once we hit the Fibonacci level, we came below that, but I was still happy with my position, my trade. And right now, our next level of support is around here at $886, which can definitely be hit because Ethereum has been going down a lot more than Bitcoin over the last few days, which has been pretty interesting. So, yeah, Ethereum can come down a lot more, unfortunately, and it can go well down below $1,000. Anything below $1,000 personally is going to be a steal for the long-term price of Ethereum, okay? Especially as they might have good news pretty soon about their new Ethereum 2.0 stuff coming out. But okay, let's go back over here. How do I do this? Back to maybe 1 minute? Sure, yeah. All right. And we'll kind of watch this pan out. Now, the funny thing is, I may lose on this theoretical trade. I'm not too concerned about that because the stop loss will be somewhere over here. But this move right here after you buy, or even after here, that does tend to freak out a lot of people, and they end up selling off right here. And then normally, if we trade the pattern, it usually comes back down. We'll have to see because we're trading off of a 1 minute chart. Usually not the best thing to be doing. Did we close below on the 5? Yeah, we closed below on the 5. I'd be optimistic about this coming down. But my point being here, put that back to the 1. People really freak out about the smallest moves, and those are the times where you just like, well, hold on, let me just go to swing trading instead of day trading, because swing trading is a lot easier than day trading, and it's more reliable for income. All right, but let's go back over here. Let's watch this right there. I don't know why. I don't like when they have lines like this here, because when I see this, I think of a Fibonacci level and not the buy-in price level for a specific security. Okay, there we go, though. Smoking deal per gallon. There we go. And hey, good evening, Painted Egg. What's it here? Oh, and Bobby, Gala. Yeah, I'm interested to buy some Gala down the road here. I think it'll have another big pump in the future. Maybe not a parabolic pump, but I'd still be optimistic for some type of pump with Gala in the future. And I'd probably be selling it, though, before the next all-time high type of thing. I would expect something like that to get a little bit of a pump from somewhere, have a little bit of like one of those rallies where everything else is kind of going steady eddy, and Gala just goes up like crazy. That's why I'd be more optimistic about that type of trade here. Hey Evan, Jenny, excuse me. Would I short alts before the Fed meeting? No, I would not be making any trades off of the Fed meeting. Now that everything is pretty priced in, what we're going to have to be worrying about right now is maybe a slight dip if you want to go bet against it. Maybe a short would work out. The problem is right now is China's economic data is better than expected, so the market likes that, and you're seeing futures up actually a little bit right now on that news. Dow is up 128 points, S&P futures up 21, and Nasdaq is up by 89. So you might actually see a little bit of a boom in the market tomorrow morning, and then when the Fed speaks, maybe we go down, or maybe, but it'll depend on what he says, because we already know for a fact pretty much now that we're going to go up by 75 basis points. That's already priced into the market. So we may have a slight move down here, but what he says when the media is asking him questions is going to be a really big indicator of which way we're going there. So you might want to be shorting or longing at that time when he's actually talking about stuff, and the market will make a decision kind of in the middle of his talk. You'll even see CNBC probably have a chart showing what's going on second by second as he's talking. It's really interesting to see how everything kind of lines up there. And there we go. See, I would have gotten stopped at about this one. This breakdown didn't work out too well. And that's because we traded this one to this one, right? Oh, let's see. Actually, hold on. This is a 15-minute chart. I guess technically from the 15-minute chart, we actually haven't even hit the white line yet, but still. No, we'll keep it here and we'll see what happens with it. Personally, I would have already been out of it, but that's just my conservative nature here, and the fact that we're using a 1-minute chart to trade. Let me break this down though right here. There we go. See, I don't like this. There's a reason. I had another trade with you guys a few days ago, a short, and I took it off because it's on every freaking chart. Can I if I delete this? No, it won't. See, it won't go away. Okay, well, let's close it. But you guys know there's a position open right here. Okay, an imaginary one, of course, but still a position open right there. Oh, did I do a reversal or something? Oh gosh, how do I do this? Hold on. Log out of paper. Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't like the way it looks to trade on this type of thing. And we're even getting a pump up to the fib level. Yeah. Oh, right back over here. We can still pop up above that. And hey, Michael, Voyager sends out alerts saying that they're FDI insured. That is freaking fantastic. I know because they have a debit card now, and I think that the assets in that card are now FDIC insured. I'm not sure if the crypto is FDIC insured. I would have to look at the fine print though. But I'd be interested to learn more about that. I like Voyager a lot, and I like putting a lot of assets into it because they have a really good interest rate program. It's not like over exaggerated. How it's good. It's not fantastic, but good is good, right? Anything great is like Celsius and it's like crashing and burning right now where you can't even access your funds. Yeah. And hey, teaser, yeah, you guys got to get used to fees when it comes to leverage. BitGet, KuCoin, trust me, when I was first loading, it was definitely a pain in the butt here. It was definitely a pain in the butt. We might actually have a little bit of breakout about Fibonacci level here. The best way to kind of figure it out is use a constant number, whether it's $50 at 10x, $10 at 10x, whatever it may be, and calculate and see how much it costs, and then you know if you want to be making the trades, right? So when you're doing leverage trades, you don't want to be doing, you can do day trades, but you have to expect a certain amount of profit in order to make a profit, right? If you, and that's why one of the reasons I like to do larger swings, not just because of BitGet, of course, but KuCoin and stuff like that. It can definitely be annoying to be trading with all those fees. And the fees are basically just you saying, hey, thanks for letting me borrow money to open up this larger trade so I can make or lose more money, of course. But yeah, trust me, man, I know. The one good thing is if you just signed up, they usually give you back money on fees, or you could buy BGB to get 20% discount on fees, which I like. But I think if I go over here to Big, let me try something out very fast. I always forget where it's at, so give me a second. Reward Center here. Um, Yeah. So whenever you reach $100,000 in futures trading volume, it's a lot faster than you think because it takes into account leverage. You get some coupons there. First deposit bonus, you get some money there. Copy trading rewards, you get $50 there. And spot trading, you'll get $10 there as well. And spot trading is really easy. All you gotta do is like one. I did like five $1,000 trades while I was just making pennies on the dollar and making some money, and I got that coupon there pretty easily. But yeah, it's pretty simple here. They've updated it though, so maybe I can do these again. I'm not entirely sure because I'm already KYC. I already have a KYC with these people. Same with KuCoin, but maybe because they just reset it here. But yeah, oh, and there we go. Come back down a little bit. We'll see if we get rejected or not. Because I think on the 15-minute chart, we didn't. No, we didn't get rejected from the line. I thought if we go back up, we're gonna get rejected there. But on the 15, still coming down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see, guys. It'd be planned out, but technically for me, for day trading, I guess. Oh no, what? Yeah. I would have had a stop loss too low, but I don't care. It's still fun to kind of watch these trades pan out here. And hey, Ricky, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, my man. And hey, Jose, we might get below 20 over the next few weeks here. We have to wait to see what the stock market does. But right now, our major support levels for Bitcoin are not that one. Is it this one over here? There you go. These Ganfin levels that we talked about at the beginning of the stream, right around $20,000. That seems to be where we have some support. If we were to crash today, we would have support levels, around 20,200-ish or about 19,945. So pretty much around that $20,000 range. And then from there, maybe we can try to bounce back up and stay within this range right here. What I should probably do is have some type of master Fibonacci chart on here where I have like fibs from here, fibs from here, fibs from all the way back over. Is the right one? 2015. Fibs from over here, I guess. I think the fibs would have to be over here. This chart doesn't go back as far as I would want it to. And see what exact quadrant we're in. But it'd probably all be on a Bitcoin to US dollar chart, not a Bitcoin tether chart. But yeah, right now our major support level is right down here. And of course we have some Fibonacci levels like we had over here where we started to have a reversal right around there. Kind of similar to the reversal we had right here. This was just more of a grander scale one. All right, there we go. And hey, Neil, do I see a bounce up to 26K? It's possible. I don't know if we reached the bottom for that to happen yet. I think it would coincide with a big move from the NASDAQ, and normally the NASDAQ has a pretty strong bounce off after it comes into contact with the 200 weekly moving average. So if we look at the NASDAQ right here, this is a weekly chart, so bear with me for a second. The NASDAQ is currently about 4% away from bouncing off of this level here. And then every time we come into contact with it during a bear market, so to speak, we do have a sizable bounce, and it's pretty large. Same over here with the dot-com bubble, pretty nice bounce. That's the move that would be you'd be trading Bitcoin off of too, and a lot of altcoins at the same time. So that would be the hope there going forward. But for now, we're still a little bit off of it. And I think we're just waiting to see what happens to the Federal Reserve. Because if we can finish above this sometime this week, we have a good chance of having a positive week next week. And that may be what everybody's really hoping for going forward here. Yep, I would definitely have been stopped out there. We managed to break back above that Fibonacci level, which is kind of nice, though. Much more of a shorter term fib level here. Because this is this is just from here to here. This is not a major one. Let me go with this one right now. There we go. And play that up right there. Rock the trimmed goat. The baddies around here love it. What do you call it? I don't know if I'd ever have a goatee. And hey, Neil, this most likely isn't the bottom, but we may have a bounce going into the future. It's always up to you if you want to sell or hold on. My thing is always make sure you have a stop loss so this doesn't actually happen. So that's why I usually promote BitGet or KuCoin, because when you open up a trade on Bitcoin, or excuse me, BitKit, while you're making the trade, you can actually say here, if the price gets to this level, I want you to sell and take profit. Or, hey, if the price gets here, I want you to sell to mitigate my losses. That way, you could have had a stop loss at 25,000, 24,000. So the loss, you would have had a loss, but it wouldn't have been as bad as a 22 type of move here. So it's up to you right now. We're most likely going to be having a bounce here over the next few days, but we might have a bigger dip before that bounce occurs. So, it's anybody's guess at this moment. Once we find a bottom and consolidation, then we can add some Fibonacci extension tools, and then we can see if there's a Ganfan level, or a Fibonacci extension level that kind of matches up around 26,000, maybe more likely around 25,000 or so. But you might have an opportunity there. But if it does get back up to 26,000, don't get giddy and try to hold it for long. I think it would most likely be coming back down after that, unless there was some type of big economic news that says, "Hey, everything's good. We're going back up." What's right here? Let's see. And hey, OXSHZ, I'm doing one, man. Thanks for asking. I bought a lot of Bitcoin and crypto yesterday. Not so much Bitcoin, but I bought a lot of crypto yesterday. I like this level of buying. I think eventually we will be going back down even more, but we'll have to see. It depends on what the Federal Reserve says tomorrow, and it depends on if we go into a full blown recession. But the safest way you guys can buy right now is to buy a little bit of crypto now, a little bit tomorrow, then a little bit the day after, or you can buy a little bit of crypto every single week. It depends on you guys, but I'm not buying all of my crypto right now. I'm buying I've been buying a little bit of crypto every single day, and then I've been buying on these larger drops here as we continue to drop. Buy some Bitcoin, buy some crypto, another big drop, buy some crypto, and rinse and repeat. And this is all for long-term planning, though. This is not to make a quick buck over the next few weeks. This is for the next few next few quarters here. And hey, Rocky, can I show you how to use Fibonacci retracement tools, please? It's this is from TradingView. They have a free plan and a paid plan and a few ones in between. They have expensive plans and cheaper plans. My plan is I think premium cost. Oh, tap in trading. Oh, there you go. See, I have premium that costs me $50 a month. There's Pro for $25. There's Pro Plus, excuse me. There's also Pro for $13. And there's a free one here, Basic, which is free. You don't get as much stuff, but it is free in case you guys don't want to be spending money right now, which is fine. If you want to know how to use Fibonacci retracement levels and everything like that, I have a tutorial on my channel. I'd be much better than me explaining it right now. Fibonacci retracement strategy. I would search for it here and scroll down, and there's a lot of videos here about it. Maybe my video doesn't show up here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, this is my. I don't watch my own content, so it's not going to show up here. If I want to, forget about it for now. Here, let me just go here. I'll do the faster way. Oh nope, not Creator Studio. There you go. If you go here and you search my channel, if you just type in Fib, you'll see Fibonacci trading strategy. That's Fib circles. This is Fib. Okay, so this is tutorials on Ganfans, Fibonacci retracements, and Fibonacci extension. It teaches you how to use all three, excuse me, but it's 20 minutes long. So people don't usually like to watch them. It has a lot of good information, but this thing only has like 300 views. So it works. It'll teach you everything you need to know. This one has like a 2,000 views, Ganfan trading, and there's a few different ones right here. So yeah, I would watch this one. It's like 20 minutes long, and it'll teach you about Ganfans, Fibonacci extensions, and Fibonacci retracements. It's a really good video. Just type in Ganfan trading strategy. You'll see it if you scroll down and search, okay? And it also helps me out rank and search as well. Probably best to go back over here very fast. Back to the 5. Yeah, that didn't work out at all. That was a nice little move up here, though. That's why you guys have stop losses. So whatever little loss I would have had, it would have been right over here and not extended over here. All right. Now, I would have never really made that trade, though, just because of you want to trade the big move. which is this one right here. However, if you guys want to scalp, you guys may be doing these types of moves right here, and they can be pretty fun. I guess the next breakdown might be somewhere around here to here. But yeah, again, we're not going to worry about that too much here. Where is my... There we go. Wrong. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. There we go. Hey, Teaser, I know I keep on asking you to look at the SPY, but I've noticed a gap up on the November 5th, 2020. That's also the 0.5 fib line from C words lows to all-time highs. But if you take the extended line and connect it to the 2021 lows... Give me a second here. So you want a line... You want a line from November 5th, 2020 to October 30th, 2020. Okay, so November 5th, 2020. November 5th, 2020. You sure? Is there anything over here? So November 5th, 2020. It got obliterated really fast on this uptrend here, but and you want that connected to an October 30th, 2020? So that's really closer here. I'm not reading you right because that's not something you would ask me. Uh, Let me know exactly the dates of the lines you want me to connect, because right now that would only be going from here to here, and that wouldn't help you out at all going forward. If you want to be looking at the SPY right now, I'd be looking at support levels down here, going up to the all-time highs. I'd be doing on a weekly chart though, just to kind of save my eyes, a little bit of strain here. Back up here to all-time highs. And then we see that didn't really work out too well. So what Fibonacci level has actually been working out for us then? That one. Okay. So that's the low from October 26th. Is that what you're talking about as far as the Fibonacci? October 30th? And we stopped right there. Fine. Our next level of stop, we will stop at is probably 346 if the economy gets even worse. What's the line you're trying to draw? Yeah, I'm waiting for your comment, teacher. Let me know what the line is you're looking at here, so I can figure out exactly what trend line you're trying to see. Because right now, going from 1 month to 1 month isn't going to help you with the trend line going down that far right now. But I know I'm not reading it right, so that's just me. And hey, Brooke, in Southwest Idaho, it's looking nice. There you go. Oh, I haven't been to Idaho in a minute. There's some good little dine-in places over there. And hey, man, yeah, I actually did hear about them having no risk associated with Celsius. I think what happened was they didn't update the website for like a year, and so they still had that little connection thing, like like hey, partners and stuff like that with Celsius, which kind of drove everybody kind of crazy. The extended line connects September 21st. I don't know what you mean by extended line. Extended line. You're drawing a blank for me, teaser. I'm sorry, my man. Uh, After this stream is over, I'll message you in Discord, or just hop on over to Discord after this, and I'll figure out exactly what you're looking at, so I can actually see the charts that you're looking at. That'll make my life a lot easier. Because right now, I'm looking at this Fibonacci level. I see it. I like it, but I'm not entirely sure the trend line that you're looking at as far as the extended line. Like, if I were to do extend lines left, you mean like that? That's not going to go into contact with the numbers you're looking at. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Which line you're talking about right there. Okay, hold on 1 second here, guys. One little quick thing. All right, still coming back down overall. That's fine. Um, and hey, Brian, I think it's going to 19K first. We should find support somewhere between 19K and 20K with the Fibonacci and Ganfin levels. That'll be interesting to see. And Monica, yes, I have. Monica, I have actually bought some ICP. Not much, but a little bit, like $100 worth. I want to dip my toe in here, but I think I'm going to be able to get a good price for ICP if I just wait a couple more weeks here, hopefully. We'll have to wait and see if we ever bounce well before that, though. Okay. But okay, everybody, it's 8:09. I was supposed to finish up 9 minutes ago. I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, normal time, and then I'll also see you guys probably around 12 p.m. Or 11, about a half an hour to an hour before the Fed meeting goes down, so we can talk about everything going on in the market as well. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Teaser, hit me up in the Discord very fast, just in the charts, whatever it is, and then send me a screenshot, and I'd be happy to look at it for you because I'm confused, but I know you're actually talking about something serious.